Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it look. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bishop Luers High School for this edition of High School Football on SummitCitySports.com. I'm Thad Goff. Jaden Evans is my cameraman tonight, and we've got the Bishop Luers Knights taking on the Snider Panthers in an SAC opener right here on SummitCitySports.com. Well, this is an SAC opener, and this is two schools that are really juggernauts, at least historically speaking, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and even in recent history. Bishop Luers went to the state championship game last year. Snider won state 2 years ago. Luers has 12 state championships in their history. Snider has 3, and it's a team that continues to put great talent and great teams on the field year in and year out. But it's been a tough go of it for both the Knights and the Panthers so far this season. Bishop Luers 0-2 on the year. Snider is also 0-2. Now, Luers, they've been able to play some good defense the last couple of weeks. I think about last week when they went to Andrean on a Saturday night and did end up losing 13-0 against Andrean, but Bishop Luers did play great defense in that game. They did give up a couple of early touchdowns, but defensively they bounced back, got some really big stops. Unfortunately, the Knights were not able to generate enough offense to come back and win that game. And they do have some very young players on the offensive side of the football, including Brandon Gaither, a really solid running back, had some good runs last week in the game against Andrean. And, of course, the quarterback, Tommy Arnold, is also a very talented player in his own right. 6'2", 195-pound sophomore quarterback. His backup, Knox Johnson, is also a sophomore. And T.J. Epperson looks like he's back on the depth chart again tonight. He'll be the backup running back to Brandon Gaither. And, of course, you also got some other quality sophomores like Nate Javins, the wide receiver, and Rory Kelly, another wide receiver, likely to line up wide to the left with Javins wide to the right. And, of course, those formations you would think would switch as the night goes on. But it's been a tough go of it for Bishop Luers. They did lose 14-7 to Leo in the opener. That Leo team has a lot of real good athletes. They are 2-0. They were able to hold Leo to 14 points, so that's a silver lining in the cloud, if you will, that they were able to play really good defense. Even with Nate Foster racking up over 100 yards, they kept him out of the end zone for the most part. But can Luers generate the offense? And maybe that comes with youth and trying to gel, especially after so many great transfer athletes did transfer in the offseason. Now, Snider, they're also having a tough go of it. They're 0-2 so far this year. They had to go to East Noble last week and lost, I believe it was 29-7 at the hands of the East Noble Knights, a team that's currently 2-0 and just waiting to take on Huntington North in about 8 minutes is when kickoff is scheduled for, I do believe. So that was a tough go of it for Snider. They also had a tough go of it week 1. The Panthers battled with Warsaw. They were able to run the ball well, got good running performances from their running back Jordan Davis and also from their quarterback Jaywin Harris. Jaywin Harris, a junior, Jordan Davis, a senior. Can they carry that over into this week is the question. Right now, Jaywin Harris is listed as the starting quarterback and Jordan Davis is listed as the starting running back. Now, it looks like we're not going to see Braylon Burton tonight. As I recall, he did not play last week against East Noble, and he's not on the depth chart. At least he's not on the too-deep depth chart coming into this particular game. A couple of guys to watch out for as far as receivers go, and I actually have to correct myself. Braylon Burton is in the starting lineup. He's listed as a slot receiver, H-back, if you will, kind of a Percy Harvin type of position or Curtis Samuel type of position. He's listed as the H-back and probably will play a little bit in the slot and a little bit in the backfield as well. So my apologies there. Braylon Burton looks like he is healthy for this particular game and listed as a starter for these Snider Panthers. We've got about 8 minutes left, I do believe, and we're going to actually keep it right here because the Knights are about to enter the field in front of their home crowd for the SAC opener. Not only is it their SAC opener, it's also their home opener, and the Knights would love nothing more than to not only come out in front of their home crowd, but come out in front of their home crowd and get a win against the Snider Panthers. And here come the Knights. No tunnel or banner to run through, but this is a proud fan base and a proud football program at Bishop Luers. These Knights fans certainly happy to see their team take the field here at Luers Field. And they're hoping that they can see them come away with a win. We'll be right back after this break, and we'll also hear from a few more of our sponsors. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary. Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
A little choir performance leading the national anthem here at Bishop Luers High School. And right now we are going to get a few words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the high school sports broadcasts that we get to do on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Well, we've got the coin toss coming up here as the captains for both Snider and Bishop Luers are out there on the field. They'll shake hands, and then they'll have the coin toss and determine in just a moment which team will be receiving and which team will be kicking. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. By the way, we have word that Luers did win the toss and they deferred to the second half. So Luers will be kicking off and receiving the second half kickoff. Snider will get the ball to start this drive. A few more words from our sponsors. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. So the Snider Panthers are out on the field ready to receive the opening kickoff against these Bishop Luers Knights. This is the home opener for Bishop Luers, and it's the SAC opener. We've become so used. I was about to say we've become so used to SAC teams playing an all-conference schedule. Nowadays, the conference teams are split into two divisions, two 5-team divisions. These two teams, by the way, are in different divisions. And so now you start with the two non-conference games, and then you go into the conference schedule typically in week 3. That's where we are right now. Brady Krause kicking off for the Knights. And we are underway from Bishop Luers. That's a long kickoff, sends Jordan Davis looking over his head, and that went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So Snider's going to get the ball at their own 35-yard line to start the game. That's not the way Luers wanted to start things out. So they're going to give Snider really good field position, and Snider does have some good running backs on their side. This is a team that usually likes to run the football very well. And we're kind of used to seeing the dual threat quarterback from Snider as well. We saw that with John Barnes. We saw that with Aaron Vance. I believe Vance played in his final season as a Snider quarterback. In fact, he did play in his final season as a Snider quarterback a year ago. And then you had Luke Hoppert, who could run with the football, but was mostly a passing quarterback. Guy who could throw for right around 200 yards a game. And he was a starter for a good 2.5 years in his time at Snider. But Jaywin Harris, the junior, getting the start for the 3rd week in a row at quarterback for the Snider Panthers. And he will fake the handoff on first down, looks to throw, and he's got his man. It's Dotson, the tight end. Owen Dotson across midfield. Big fella getting an early target. Now, the stats I'm seeing, I think, are from week 1 against Warsaw. I'm seeing Owen Dotson has 2 catches for 62 yards, a long of 52. That is coming into this game he does. That last play went for 18. So, again, Snider will operate out of the pistol formation. It's a handoff to Davis. He'll try that left side, and Davis runs right into a tackler across the 45-yard line. By Woodson and Company for the Knights. Braden Migrant in on the tackle, along with Darion Carswell and Mikhail Woodson. It's a gain of 2. So the Luers defense able to stand up to the run on that first play of that new set of downs. Second play from scrimmage for the Panthers. Breshawn Johnson lines up wide to the near side. And again, the Panthers go in the pistol. It's a handoff to Davis again. He lowers his shoulder and goes down to about the 42-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain. It does make it a manageable third down. And how about Davis just lowering the shoulder right into the tackler? Show it to you again. I think I've got just enough time to show this to you as Harris gets the play from the sideline. Davis not afraid to take on contact, just lowers his shoulder, lowers his head right into tacklers, gets himself 3 yards. They'll need 5 on this third down to move the chains as Luers stacks the box. They try to set up the screen. That is caught wide to the far side, and it looks like it's going to be enough for the first down and more. The pass is caught by Kaysen Warfield. At least that looked like Warfield. Migrant made the tackle. Kaysen Warfield listed as a backup wide receiver. And it does go as a first down for the Panthers. They keep the chains moving. So far, Jaywin Harris 2 for 2 passing. He hit that screen pass. He also found his tight end across the field, just close to the sticks. This will be 1st and 10 from the 28. Harris to his left. Floats it out. That's Dodson, the tight end. He makes one man miss and then goes down at about the 20-yard line. Make it the 21. Looks like he got 7 on the play.
Gain of about 7 brings up 2nd and 3 for the Panthers.
Well, Harris 3 for 3 so far. Good start for the young quarterback. First-year starting quarterback. He is a junior. Trying to get more and more comfortable in the offense. Coming onto the field is Preston Hunden. And now he'll run right off the field. I think that's number 28, Amari Buchanan, in the backfield as we get a timeout called. It's called by the Snider Panthers. They take their first timeout of the half. First timeout of the game, technically. Well, a couple of completions early on for Jaywin Harris. He's 3 for 3 officially, including this one. This was the first play of the game. And Harris, they did get him moving outside the pocket, but his tight end, Owen Dodson, runs a good little short route and is able to pick up the first down, get the yardage needed. I'm trying to get a look and see if we've got that third down play. I don't think I do. I'll go ahead and show you the last play to Dodson. Dodson's been a nice little safety blanket for Harris so far in this ball game. You see Dodson there finds a soft spot on that near side. And, you know, a quarterback throwing away from his body can cause some concerns, especially depending on who you're rooting for. However, Harris has had the open receivers the last 2 times he's thrown away from his body. It hasn't been a problem yet. Handoff straight up the middle, and that's Buchanan. Amari Buchanan going to be close to the first down. And the signal is it is a first down at the 16-yard line. If I'm not mistaken, Amari Buchanan, I think, is related to Uriah Buchanan. I'm not 100% sure, but he might be. And Uriah was a really good running back when he played at Snider. I believe he was the leading rusher when they won their state championship. As Harris operates out of the shotgun, he's got both running backs set to his left hip. And that is Buchanan, who takes the handoff and picks up about 2, maybe just 1 on the play. Braden Migrant with the tackle. Braden Migrant, a senior, plays linebacker and running back. Keeps Snider to a short gain. So far, they've gotten more yards via the passing game than the run game, although the running back's not afraid to take on contact here at Snider. And I mentioned earlier that Braylon Burton is listed as an H-back, if you will. They used him a lot at running back last year, and he's not afraid to put his head down and run into contact. Jordan Davis off the right side. He's pursued, and he is dropped. The Knights get to him. And that looked like Danny Arnold in on the tackle for Bishop Luers. We'll call it a gain of a yard. That's about it. I beg your pardon. I think I clicked on the wrong replay there. I meant to click on The replay of the last play. Danny Arnold making a great tackle. Snider's trying to go hurry up. They got to get the play from the sideline, though. This is 3rd and 7. Panthers have Shamar Reddick, the senior wide receiver, wide to the left. Shamar also plays basketball at Snider. He'd been on the JV team last year. Whistles blow and timeout. Well, that's 2 timeouts taken early in the game by Snider. Well, they take that timeout. That gives us a chance to show you that last replay, and a great play defensively by Danny Arnold. And I beg your pardon, that might have been a little bit late there. Yeah, I apologize. That was the previous play, I do believe. That was the play where Snider got the first down with Buchanan, and it's worth showing to you. We'll show it to you one more time. Buchanan, you see, not afraid to put his head down and drive into tacklers, and that worked well. He got the first down out of it. Snider does have a 3rd down conversion so far in this game. We've got 7:23 left, and Snider's already had to use 2 timeouts. And I'm willing to bet Kurt Tippmann did not want to have to use 2 timeouts this early in the game. He must have not liked the formation that his team was in. I think that's Wade Raines lined up to the near side as a wide receiver. Davis, the lone back, next to Harris on his right hip. It's Harris on a keeper. He turns it upfield. He's contacted, and he did not get there. Got to about the 11, and it sounds like it's Jaron Taylor who makes the tackle. And on 4th and 4, it looks like the Panthers are going to kick the field goal. It's Mong Tung who will kick the field goal, and Tung hit the game-winning field goal 2 years ago that sent Snider to semi-state. That was a regional game at Mishawaka. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Snap is down. The kick on its way. Good. And the Snider Panthers jump ahead 3-0. Mong Tung from 38 yards. The Snider Panthers lead it 3-0, and we're back right after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Snider with a 3-0 lead. Mong Tung gets him on the board with his 38-yard field goal, and Tung will kick it away here in just a moment to the Bishop Luers Knights. I believe that's Rory Kelly back deep to return. They also got some men up around the 20-yard line, including Jackson Hill. It's a packed booth here at Bishop Luers. A lot of folks in here, including the guys from 1380 The Fan. That is Brett Rump who's calling that game. Jim Shovlin was here earlier hosting his pregame show. And Luers will get their first possession of the ball game. It will be returned. No, it won't. It's a touchback. Kelly caught it inside the end zone, so Luers will start from their own 20-yard line. Tommy Reichert making his 3rd start at quarterback. He's somebody who is growing as a quarterback. And there have been some really good quarterbacks at recent years here at Bishop Luers, including their head coach, Kyle Lindsey. He used to play quarterback back when his dad, Matt Lindsey, was coaching. Carson Clark was here not too long ago, and I believe Carson is, at the very least, on the roster at University of St. Francis. I don't think he's the starter, but he is on the roster at St. Francis. St. Francis will have another home game tomorrow as they take on Cornerstone. It'll be a handoff here on first down, and Gaither trying to bounce outside, and there's not much there. We do have a flag down. Looks like the tackle for Snider was made by Braylon Fertil. I do have to apologize because in past years I had pronounced it Fertil. Sideline warning against Snider. I pronounced it Fertil in previous years because somebody had told me that's how it was pronounced, but Snider sent a pronunciation sheet, and the pronunciation looked like it was Fertil. In fact, that's how PA announcers have said it. As Rikers tries to roll out, throws out in the flat, and it's too high for Rory Kelly. The pressure came from Jamin Dean Portee, the junior D lineman. And that's going to make it 3rd and 10. Snider had some success on 3rd down. Can we see some of that from Bishop Luers here on their first drive of the game? They were able to hold Snider to a field goal when they had the football. Can they generate some offense and get into the end zone or perhaps even up the score? Reichert goes for the screen early on, and that is read brilliantly by the Panthers. Hayden Maple with the tackle. That was a pinpoint tackle on the screenplay by Maple. That's going to make it 4th and long, and Luers is forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Wade Raines will go back to return the punt, and that's Jackson Hill to punt it away for the Knights. He gets the snap from about his own 3-yard line. Little hesitation. And Raines fields it over his shoulder and turns upfield, gets a running start. Raines across the 40, takes some contact at about the 39. A good run after the return by Wade Raines Jr. Well, it's time to take a look at a few more replays brought to you by by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. This will go as Tommy Reichert's first completion. However, after it was caught, Hayden Maple was in a great place to make that open field tackle, and that's the reason that Luers drive stalls and turns into a 3-and-out, and then a good return by Raines just moments ago. Unfortunately, it looks like we won't be able to show it to you because Snider is back out of the huddle. Harris sets up the screen to the far side. That's complete. I think that's Raines. If it's not Raines, it's Johnson who makes the catch. Sounds like it is Raines. Do have a flag down on the play, and I see it sitting about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. It's going against Snider. Holding. So that'll back the Panthers up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They'll move it back to the 50-yard line. So that will make it 1st down and 20. Well, here's a look at the punt return. Now, this was a risky play by Raines because he caught it running over his shoulder, but once he secured it, was able to find some green grass up the field. And I'm not being facetious when I say green grass because they still play on grass here at Bishop Luers. That's Amari Buchanan, who's trying to break free, and he got the yardage back. He got all of it back, maybe even one more. Omari Buchanan showing the toughness. We'll see if we can show you this because I thought he was dead to rights. Yeah, he got all the yardage back. You see he's contacted, but then Buchanan does enough to burst through, and that's officially Snider's best run play of the game. It's Buchanan again off the right side, and this time he doesn't have much room. Jaron Taylor with the tackle for Bishop Luers. It's about a 2-yard gain. We have word that East Noble got a 51-yard rushing touchdown to go up 7-0 over Huntington North. There's a flag down on the field. We've already had 2 flags now this drive. One was against Snider. We'll see if this one is also against Snider. I'm hearing the 1380 The Fan guys say that it might be unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. It's a personal foul against Luers, so that's going to give Snider an automatic first down. A 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. And after the play, boy, I tell you what, so many things can make a coach crazy, and I bet Kyle Lindsey is not happy with that. He's looking cool and calm on the sidelines, at least from what I can see. I can see his back, but he is shaking his head. Cool and calm for the situation, but still clearly upset, as, again, I saw him shaking his head. He's got to be thinking, we had him in 3rd and long, had a chance to get a stop, and now we just give him a free first down. We can't have that. It's Davis in the backfield again. He'll get the handoff. Davis looking for room, runs into some contact, and he might have got 4 or 5 yards. We'll see where they spot it. Did not get a first down, but he did get a good gain. And where the down marker is sitting, looks like a 6-yard gain. So the Snider Panthers moving the ball well on this drive. We've seen some good runs. One there from Jordan Davis, and another one earlier this game from Amari Buchanan, the junior. Harris comes back out on the field. He'll have Shamar Reddick lining up wide to the right. Jordan Davis will be his back. And it looks like Kaysen Warfield lines up in the slot to the right side. Harris will throw the screen, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Reddick, and that went right through his hands. And this is going to be a pretty simple diagnosis. Reddick started to run before he had the football. I don't think we're going to have time to show it to you. Well, we'll have a little bit of time to show it to you as Snider gets in their huddle. Replay's brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. But, yeah, you see it right there. Reddick started to run before he actually had the football. And that's one of those things that you learn as you go on in your high school career. But this will be 3rd and 4. It's Davis straight ahead. Not much. He may have gotten a yard, but nowhere near the first down. And it's going to be 4th down again. And the Snider field goal unit will come out once more. Mong Tung already called on twice. His holder will be Sawyer Tipman. The way it's going, we could be in for a defensive struggle. This will be a 33-yard field goal for Tung. High snap. Run up. It's blocked. It is blocked. That's in the end zone, and Luers doesn't need to touch it. They do touch it. And that'll be a touchback. The Knights with the blocked field goal. And we'll try to see if we can get a look at who blocked this kick for Bishop Luers. The replay again brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Who was it that blocked this kick? Hard to tell who got through that line. My guess is it was Christian Brell. Somebody who had a 20 on his jersey. But I'm guessing it was Brell. But that's a big stop for Luers as they're able to get off the field and keep Snider from adding any more points to their score. Tommy Reichert operating out of the shotgun. Reichert to throw on 1st down. He's got time. Flings it to the sideline. Man is out there, but it's incomplete. Peter Bro was open. That's one of those timing things. And again, sophomore quarterback, he's going to learn that. He's going to get better at it, you would think, as his career goes on. But that time just overthrew his receiver and wasn't quite on the same page with him. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Bro goes in motion. Looks like Maple might blitz here. Handoff straight up the middle. It's Gaither, and he is met and dropped. May have gotten a yard, but that's about it. A host of tacklers, including Jamin Dean Portee for the Snider Panthers. In fact, Darion Clopton might have been on the tackle as well. Well, some good tackling from these Panthers. They've been ready for the run. They've been ready for the screenplay. And it's 3rd and 9. Reichert takes the snap, gets some pressure, flings it near side, and that is caught, but an immediate tackle. It was Charlie McBride who made the tackle, or made the catch, rather. The tackle was made by Michael Wells, and it is 4th down. Gain of about 2, maybe 3, it looks like, and another punt coming for the Knights. That's back-to-back 3-and-outs forced by the Snider defense. Some good open field tackling, but Snider has a man late getting off the field. Jackson Hill gets some pressure. He just got it away. That might have been deflected. And now Dodson's got to watch out. It lands nowhere near him. That's going to be downed by Danny Arnold, and he actually helped Snider out there. Looked to me like Wade Raines was running in, about to return that punt, and Danny Arnold downed it before he could touch it. If Raines touches that ball and doesn't field it cleanly, it's a live football. But another look at this tackle here by Michael Wells. We'll get a look at it here on the replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Wells read the play well, right place, right time, able to ultimately bring him down. Not the easiest tackle in the world, but he gets McBride to the ground. Pistol formation from the 43-yard line. It's Davis looking for some room, fighting through some tacklers, and he picks up 3, maybe 4, and it will be ruled as a gain of 4 out to the 39-yard line. So a good gain on 1st down for Jordan Davis, as we've got 1:06 and counting left to go in this first quarter. Snider's been held to field goal attempts their first 2 drives. One was good, the other was blocked. And depending on when this snap takes place, this might be the final play of the first quarter. Maybe not, as Harris takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws on the run, and it's incomplete. He had Breshawn Johnson wide open, but Johnson slipped on the grass. Johnson was wide open. That would have been a 1st down if he keeps his footing, but the turf monster got him. And it's going to be 3rd and 6. Snider has, I believe, 1 3rd down conversion in this game so far. But their last 2 or 3 3rd down attempts, they have not converted. It's Davis who gets the handoff. Davis looking for some room. He finds some, and he might have the 1st down. Where that spot is, it would be a 1st down. About the 22 or 32. And it is a 1st down indeed, with 23 seconds to go. Again, wrong button there. My apologies, folks. But the Panthers do move the chains. Jordan Davis getting it done on 3rd down. Snider does not have to run another play. Oh, I beg your pardon. They do have to run another play. They did stop the clock with the 1st down so they can move the chains. There's Davis cutting through. Davis breaking tackles, and Davis takes it inside the 20. And with that, the first quarter comes to an end. But a shifty run by Jordan Davis, and Snider's on the move, up 3-0 as we go to the second quarter on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Oh, Brow. 3-0 in favor of Snider. And my apologies, number 16 for Bishop Luers is Peter Brow, not Bro. That's what I'd been pronouncing earlier. Although Jordan Davis has been the man of the hour for these Snider Panthers, at least for the last couple of plays. Picked up a first down on 3rd and 6, and then he just ran for, I believe it was 11 yards on the last play. Got some scores to check in on. And I plan to do that after this next play, although I can tell you East Noble leads Huntington North 14-0. Davis again looking for room off that left side, and again able to shift his way down near the 10-yard line. Looks like he got to the 11. Jordan Davis is making guys miss here on this drive as he tries to get it going. They'll call it a 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. But that shiftiness allowed him to turn a gain of 2 into a gain of 6. Let's get another look at this last play, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Davis was pursued well. Arnold nearly had him, but Davis able to shift his way around the tackle. It's 2nd down and 4. It's Buchanan, and Buchanan is going nowhere. That looked like Arnold, who was the first to get to him. Danny Arnold, Braden Migrant there as well. That power run game goes to no avail as the Luers Knights were ready for it. These Knights played great defense, especially against the run game last week against Andrean, particularly late in the second half. We need to see some big run plays from Andrean early on in the ballgame. But in the second half, the Knights started to shut the running backs down. 3rd and 7. It's Davis straight ahead. Not going to get there. Looked like he got back to the 11, maybe the 12, but this will be 4th down. And again, Snider will send out the field goal unit. Mong Tung called on for the 3rd time. He's 1 for 2 so far. He hit a 38-yarder. Then a 33-yard attempt was blocked. Sawyer Tipman to hold. Check that, Max Johnson to hold. Bobbled snap. The kick is up. Good. 2 field goals so far for the Snider Panthers, and they lead it 6-0 over Bishop Luers. Well, this was the play that ended the first quarter for Snider. Jordan Davis, right after picking up a 3rd down, makes men miss and gets another first down. Jordan Davis running it well on this previous drive for the Snider Panthers. Unfortunately, they don't get a touchdown out of it, but they do get points out of it. And it's a 6-0 lead for the Snider Panthers, as we'll check in on a few other games going on here on SummitCitySports.com. Northrop and Northside are tied at 7 as far as I can tell. That's over at Spooler Stadium, which is where Snider plays their home games.
The best turf field in Northeast Indiana.
I think they just saluted the grounds crew here at Bishop Luers. Something about the best turf field here in Northeast Indiana. This is, we call it turf, but this is technically grass. It's not artificial turf. And I think it's the only remaining grass field here in Fort Wayne. Not the only one in Northeast Indiana, but definitely the only one here in Fort Wayne. Bishop Dwenger now plays on artificial turf. So does Concordia. So does Northside, Southside, Northrop, Snider, Wayne, Homestead, Carroll, as this ball is going to be returned by Jackson Hill. Hill finds some room up the middle and takes it out across the 30. That's a good return for Jackson Hill as he takes it up to about the 31. Last I checked, it was still tied at 7 between the Northrop Bruins and the Northside Legends. We'll get a look at that here in just a second. As Tommy Reichert comes back out there, try to get a quick look at this return. But Luers is about to break huddle, so I may have to cut it here pretty soon. Good convoy out in front to help spring Jackson Hill and get him a good gain on that return. Yep, still 7-7 between Northside and Northrop. Both those teams 2-0 coming into today. Gaither looking for room, and there's nothing there. And I believe that was Cole Bumgartner who made the tackle for the Snider Panthers. A loss of a yard on the play. Well, the downhill run game has not produced much for Bishop Luers in this game. Snider's been ready for that. They saw several different guys run the ball on him last week at East Noble, and, well, the same thing when Warsaw came to Spooler 2 weeks ago. Warsaw runs that flex bone offense, so you're going to have a lot of backs touching the ball and going all kinds of directions. Gaither, nowhere to go. He's driven back. Darion Clopton.
Gaither finds no room, no gain. 3rd and 11.
Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. And I do believe that was Clopton who made the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Clopton, a big 6 foot, 220-pound defensive lineman. 6 foot, not necessarily tall by defensive lineman standards, but at 220, he's got plenty of size up front. They say that Gaither got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. As Reichert awaits the snap, he'll look to throw. Reichert pressured, flushed, and taken down. Jamin Dean Portee was there. It's a combo sack, and the Panthers force a 3-and-out. And that might have been Jakari Cole who got there as well, either Cole or Bumgartner. It was either 34 or 24 for Snider who got in there with Dean Portee. And I'll take a look at it after this punt. Of course, that depends on what happens as well. Carroll's got a 28-0 lead over Concordia, meanwhile. That's a returnable punt, but it's muffed. Ball's still loose. Who's got it? There was a Snider man who tried to fall on it. Did he come up with it? No signal yet. Charlie McBride thinks Luers got it. That's what he's signaling. Snider got it back.
Snider retains possession at the 48-yard line. They'll begin 1st and 10.
Well, let's see if we can see this. I did see a Snider man fall on top of it. The only question is, did he hold on? Chuck McBride was lobbying on the sideline. Some gutsy attempts there by Raines so far in this game. It's hard to tell from here, but I think Snider did get that one back. And again, that was the call on the field. And they don't have the kind of instant replay in high school football that they do at high school, that they do in college, rather. We can show you replays thanks to Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. But the officials can't go and take a second look at a play as Jordan Davis goes up the middle for 3, maybe 4. And this sack is worth looking at. This was the sack that stopped Bishop Luers. Dean Portee actually was held on that play, and I think that was Bumgartner, number 34, who got in there. No, I beg your pardon. That looked like a 24. I think that was Jakari Cole. This will be 2nd down and 6. We saw a lot of quick hitters for Jaywin Harris early on in the ball game, but I don't think he's thrown a pass since Snider's second drive. It's a quarterback run, and Luers is all over that. Jaron Taylor in on the tackle for the Knights.
Quarterback keeper, good for maybe a yard.
Jaron Taylor, right place, right time, did exactly what he needed to do. Another look at this as the Luers defense looks to make a stand. There was not a lot of room there. Taylor gets around the outside, and those big guys inside hold their contain, plug up the hole, and that did not allow Jaywin Harris to have any room to run. This is 3rd and 6. I believe the Panthers have 2 third-down conversions so far in this game. It's Davis looking to cut, and he's dropped. Was that Taylor again? I think it was. Jaron Taylor, another big tackle for Luers. And Snider's going to punt it away. And I think this is just Snider playing the field position game, but Jaron Taylor with 2 big-time tackles right around the line of scrimmage for the Luers Knights. And we'll hope to show that last one to you after this punt. That's Mikhail Woodson back to return for Luers. Laid onto the field is Rocco Leibowitz. Tongue just gets it away. That was nearly blocked. That's rolling down toward the end zone and a touchback. And Luers will start this drive from their own 20-yard line as we get a look at another great tackle by Jaron Taylor. 2 big tackles on that last drive, and Taylor this time comes around and makes the stop. Also got a little bit of help. Looked like Migrant was there. Now, Luers does not have a first down in this game, but they've kept Snider from putting together very long drives. Snider's moved the football, no doubt about it, but have not been able to get any touchdowns. They've only been in the red zone once, and we haven't seen Jaywin Harris throw the football all that much lately. He threw it early in the game, but not lately. That's Epperson. Epperson trying to break it. He's got the first down. Epperson out to the 44-yard line. T.J. Epperson with a big run. That's the first down of the game for Bishop Luers. And does that spark a little bit of momentum for these Knights? Take a look at this on the Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning replay. This is a great run by Epperson, and I may have to cut this pretty soon here because Luers is out to run their next play, but great hole, and Epperson able to burst through for a big gain. High snap, but they get the handoff to Epperson, and Epperson breaks free. It's a foot race. Epperson dragged down inside the 20. T.J. Epperson, not in the lineup last week. He's making an impact here in the second quarter. And the Knights, with back-to-back first downs, they had none before this drive. 5 minutes to go. And all of a sudden, there's a spark in this Knights offense. And we're not going to have time to show you that last replay because the Knights have just broken huddle. Looks like Gaither's back in there at running back for the Knights. The sophomore, one of 2 sophomores who sees a lot of time at running back for Bishop Luers. It is Gaither who gets the call. He's met and dropped. And some extracurriculars. Chuck McBride looked like he was about to get into it with Hayden Maple. It's a loss of a yard. Jamin Dean Portee in on that tackle. Dean Portee's been all over the field for Snider. Nate Javins will line up to the near side. Rory Kelly in the slot. If I'm not mistaken, Reichert is 2 for 3 throwing the football so far. He'll fake the handoff here. Rolls to his left. Throws downfield. Intercepted. Picked off by Wade Raines Jr. And he's tackled by the shirt across the 15-yard line. Snider forces the turnover. Wade Raines Jr., the senior DB, with the pick. I believe that makes Reichert 2 for 4 in this ballgame. Neither quarterback has thrown it all that much. We'll take another look at the pick. Our replay is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Trying to set up the play-action pass, but Raines undercuts the route. I think that was Bro who he was covering on the play. He undercuts it and gets the pick. They'll hand it off to Davis. Not much room there. Mikhail Woodson comes up to make the tackle and some more extracurriculars. Doesn't really lead to anything. But Mikhail Woodson with a good open field tackle. And again, I'll show it to you on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Woodson listed as a defensive back, but with the heavy formation, Woodson knows that he's got to come up to stuff the run. And he does just that as Snider could not find any room on that near side. 3:13 and counting left here in the first half. It's Davis again, and he's dragged down by Jaron Taylor. Jaron Taylor making an impact for this Knights defense. It's a defensive struggle here at Luers. And that's going to make it 3rd and 13. Here's another look at it. The replay is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Jaron Taylor looked like he was being held on the play, but he got a hold of Davis's jersey and brought him down in the backfield, and it's 3rd and long. What a response this would be by the Luers defense if they can get this stop. This is 3rd and 12. Knox Johnson is warming up over on the sideline. It's a handoff to Davis, and they do get the stop. It's Taylor again.
Jaron Taylor for the tackle. 4th and 9.
Jaron Taylor making plays all over the place.
Timeout on the field.
And we have a timeout called by Bishop Luers. They've been able to save their timeout so far, and we've got 2:15 left to go. That's not a bad time to take your timeout if you're Kyle Lindsey. Let's get another look at this replay. Again, it's brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Jaron Taylor coming to life. And this Luers defense has come to life as they force a 3 and out for, I believe, the first time in this ball game. Offense got their first down on the previous drive, and despite the interception, the defense responds and forces Snider to punt. It's going to be Rory Kelly back to return it. We check in on some of the scores from around the area. Last I checked, it was 7-7 between Northside and Northrop, and that is still the case. They're in the second quarter over there at Spooler Stadium. As Mong Tung stands back at his own 5-yard line. Luers stands to get some good field position out of this. Tung protected. That's going to take a Snider bounce. And a good decision there by, I think that was Mikhail Woodson. They're going to say it touched Luers. Woodson was trying to back away. They say he touched it, and Snider recovered. It looked to me like Woodson got out of the way. We'll take another look at this. See, does Woodson touch this ball? Or does anybody else for Luers touch the ball? We'll see. We'll try to see. Might have gotten him on the foot. That's my best guess looking at that replay. Again, these replays brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning as Snider takes over on what was a 3 and out. And now turns into an extra possession for the Panthers. They'll set up the screen. That's Davis, but he's pursued well. Got away from the first man, but the second drives him out. Christian Brell. That was the announcement.
Second down. 1 yard, 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12.
Here in the press box, 2nd down and 12. The 1380 guys saying they thought it was Hill who made the tackle. Either way, it's 2nd down and 12. Davis looking for room off that left side. He does find some, lowers the shoulder, and he'll make it a 3rd and short. Oh, did he get the first down? Flags come in. It might be a first down after all. If that's unnecessary roughness, it's going to be an automatic first down, or at least if it's unnecessary roughness on Luers, it will. And that's what it looked like. I thought Davis was down. He was carried at the very least another 3 or 4 yards. It is a personal foul against the Knights, and this will be an automatic first down at the end of the play for the Snider Panthers. Well, Luers no doubt is frustrated. They thought that Woodson got away from that ball and avoided the turnover, but well, yeah, Davis clearly down, and then couldn't tell who it was that threw him down at the end of the play. Was it Taylor? It looks like 99, which would be Jaron Taylor. And Jaron's had a heck of a game so far, but you just can't do that. You gotta keep a cool head, especially when you're about to force a team into a third down situation. Dwenger leading Wayne 32-0. Here it's 6-0 in favor of Snider. Harris will keep it, looking for room, and he's dropped. That's Ale Taylor with the tackle.
Taylor on the tackle for the Knights. No game. 2nd and 10.
The Bishop Luers Knights again get to Davis. He's had some good carries over the course of this game, but lately the Knights have keyed in on him. We've got 1:30 left to go in this first half. Snider only has one timeout left. And they've only called a handful of pass plays. Harris, direct snap, takes it up the middle, and he gets inside the 10, trying to reach forward for an extra yard, but he won't get it. He stopped at the 10. And just inside a minute, Snider does have a timeout in their back pocket. They're close enough, though, that they don't necessarily have to use it. There's 49 seconds and counting. So this appears to be Snider going for the touchdown or going for the first down and saving the timeout for if they need it. They get the first down, the clock will stop while they reset the chains, and Snider can get a first down at the 2-yard line. The clock is down to 29 seconds. Harris to his right, looks to throw. It's complete near the 5. Johnson did not get there. He's down short of the line to gain, and now the timeout signal appears to have been made, and yes, Snider has taken their third and final timeout of the first half. Of course, they'll get 3 brand new timeouts when the second half starts. Luers will once again have 3 timeouts as well. That timeout called with 16 seconds left. And I tell you what, Snider had the option that they could have let the clock run down to about 2 seconds and then take the take the field goal on the last play of the half. Either way, they're looking to go up 2 scores at the half as Kyle Lindsey has a word with the officials, having that word with the referee, and I'm not sure what he's asking about. It might have something to do with that call on the punt where Darion Carswell, or rather Mikhail Woodson, was called to have touched the ball. Well, this is Mong Tung on to attempt the field goal. This will be a 21-yard attempt. He's made 2. Luers has blocked 1, and the ball gets loose. Tung has to pick it up, and he goes down. And that ball was fumbled and recovered by Jackson Hill. There are 11 seconds left on the clock, and I thought Hill was going to take that. So the Knights keep it a 1-score game. That ball slipped right through the hands of Max Johnson. I can guess what's going to happen here on this next play, but we'll keep it right here to see what Luers does. They do have 2 timeouts, but only 11 seconds left. You would think they would take a knee, but they don't necessarily have to. They do have Javens lined up to the near side. And they're going to run a play. That's Epperson. TJ Epperson hit and met close to the first down, short of the first down, and it's not going to matter. The clock is at 0s. Luers chooses a run play to close out the first half. Well, it's 6-0 in favor of the Snider Panthers as we go to halftime. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, if you like defensive struggles, you'll like this game. Snider leads it 6-0, and those defensive fronts have come up and made big plays time after time here in this game. Whether you're talking about Snider or Luers on the scoreboard, it's Snider who leads it 6-0. Right now, a word from a few of our sponsors. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just got an update. Columbia City's leading Belmont 34-6. It's a good start for the Eagles. They're 3-0, or excuse me, they're 2-0 and looking to go to 3-0, barring a comeback by the Belmont Braves. I believe that's at Belmont High School, by the way. Here it's 6-0 in favor of the Snider Panthers. I'll get you some score updates when I come back. You're watching high school football right here on SummitCitySports.com from Luers Field.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, here at Luers Field, it's 6-0 in favor of the Snider Panthers. Mong Tung 2 for 4 on field goals. The 2 field goals that he's made right now are the difference in the ball game, but Luers' defense has stood the test so far against Snider in this ball game. Now, Luers has only picked up 2 first downs, and they've turned the ball over once, but the defense has played really well. They've been very resilient throughout this game. Well, one of the scores I have to update you on is a 20-0 lead for East Noble over Huntington North. Looks like that game's still in the second quarter. And right now, Carroll, who's 0-2 on the season, is all over Concordia over at Zollner Stadium. 42-0 is the score in favor of the Chargers. That game's still in the second quarter. Northside Northrop still in the second quarter. That game's tied at 7. Northrop does have the ball, and David Callison's trying to move him down the field. It looks like they'll move it down to about the 49-yard line in looking at that most recent replay. Dwenger's up 32-0 over Wayne. That game's in the second quarter, and Dwenger is driving, looking to score again before the first half comes to an end. Homestead's over at Southside, not too far away from here, and Homestead's got a 14-0 lead. Homestead coming off that 13-10 win over Noblesville just a week ago, as both they and Southside are playing their conference opener in SAC play. And trying to look to see what other scores we might have for you. Joe Northern giving us word that Indiana Tech gets a 3-0 sweep over Milligan in volleyball. An Indiana Tech volleyball team's been pretty good in recent years. 6-0 Snider over Bishop Luers as we've got over 10 minutes left, actually closer to 11 minutes left on the clock here in the second half. They'll reset that clock to 3 minutes when the clock runs out, and these kids will get some extra time for warm-ups. We're back after this extended break. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cup Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Back here at Bishop Luers High School, it is the Snider Panthers leading 6-0 over the Knights of Bishop Luers. I mentioned we've had some really good defense in this game. I'll show you an example of that and maybe even some others. These replays brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. This is a third down play, and Hayden Maple's going to come up and stop this screen pass right in its tracks. Maple read that brilliantly and brought Nate Javins to the ground with that tackle for loss. But it's not just Snider that's been good and has a nose for the football in this ball game. We've seen that from Bishop Luers as well. Trying to get you some of those defensive plays that the Knights have made so far in this game. And if you wonder what name stands out for Bishop Luers, it's Jaron Taylor. Now, this is not Jaron Taylor who makes this play, but this is a good defensive play nonetheless, as Danny Arnold helps to stop Jordan Davis on this play. Actually, Arnold did not make the tackle, and you do see Taylor get near the ball carrier to make the tackle. But Jaron Taylor has been all around the football for these Bishop Luers Knights. So I'm trying to find some of his replays here, because he has made some real good plays in this ball game. Well, here's a play worth showing to you. Mikhail Woodson's going to make this play, not Jaron. But Woodson comes up and makes an immediate tackle on Jordan Davis. And credit that front for keeping Davis from finding any sort of hole there on that last play that we just showed you. As Woodson's play helps to keep Snider behind the sticks. Well, I think we found Jaron Taylor on this play. Yeah, Taylor just comes from behind and drills the ball carrier, Amari Buchanan, from behind. Jaron Taylor has been active all over the field on the defensive side for these Bishop Luers Knights. Now, it's not just the seniors for Bishop Luers who have made an impact. Yes, the seniors have made an impact, but one guy who's made an impact for these Bishop Luers Knights is a freshman, Darius Hawley. And I know I was able to ask head coach Kyle Lindsey about Darius Hawley coming into this game. I'll get you his words about Darius here in just a second. Kyle Lindsey, the longtime head coach of the Bishop Luers Knights. Coach Lindsey had this to say, quote, Darius is a big, strong kid with some exceptional athleticism for a 14-year-old. He plays with a high motor and uses his hands very well. He has a very bright future. Darius Hawley had 7 tackles against Andrean, including a tackle for loss. So he had an impressive week, too. Well, right now, it looks like Luers is working on their field goals. That's what this game could easily come down to. Their place kicker is Brady Krause, and Krause is taking some practice kicks from about the 16-yard line. Now, who knows what kind of distance he'll have to kick from if we should get to that stage where he has to kick a field goal. Right now, a field goal would make it a 3-point game. Remember, Bishop Luers won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball to start the second half. Right now, we've got 29 seconds left on the first half clock. Now, they will put more time on that clock to give the kids an extra 3 minutes for warm-ups. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Snider with a 6-0 lead over Bishop Luers. Well, where we are right now is the athletes have gotten their extra 3 minutes of warm-up time, so they're using that time to get ready for the second half. Bishop Luers gets the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Snider will be kicking off when the second half begins. Right now, there's about 2.5 minutes left until the second half gets underway. We're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
6-0 in favor of Snider over Bishop Luers. We do have some scores to update you on. It looks like Northside has gone up 10-7 on a Sophion Fakron field goal with 25.4 left in the second quarter. So Northside takes the lead over Northrop. Those teams both 2-0 overall, playing their conference opener tonight over at Spooler Stadium. Snider will be at Spooler Stadium next week when they take on the Wayne Generals. Do have word that it looks like East Noble has gone up 27-0 over Huntington North. Alex Phillips with the touchdown run, and then Asher Wagner. Well, Asher Wagner had an early touchdown run, as looks like that one was recently posted. But Wagner's a really good baseball player in addition to his football. Asher Wagner for Carroll, meanwhile. Wagner started as a freshman on the baseball team and came up with some really big hits his freshman year. The average went down last year, but you'd think that he might be able to come back and come away with some big hits again for the Carroll Chargers. He started his Carroll career with some big RBI hits against quality opponents like Leo and Columbia City. You do see an ambulance going down Calhoun Street. Pray that whoever that ambulance is going to tend to turns out to be okay. Thank the Lord for paramedics and police officers and firefighters, people who do difficult and sometimes even dangerous work to try to keep us safe. Just seconds away from the start of the second half here at Bishop Luers High School. It's a 6-0 lead for the Snider Panthers, and again, Luers gets the ball to start the second half. And it looks like the first half clock has run out. Again, Luers gets the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. So Snider will kick off to open up the first half here at Bishop Luers High School. Mong Tung has all the points for Snider so far. He's 2 for 4 on field goals. One field goal was blocked. Another one had a bad snap that cost Snider points in the end. That was at the end of the first half. Rory Kelly is going to go back deep to return. Luers only has 2 first downs in this game, and those were on some big runs by T.J. Epperson. Coming into this game, head coach Kyle Lindsay said that Epperson should play. How much he plays is in question. Well, when he's been in, he's provided a spark for these Knights. Tung has the ball on the tee. And he's ready to kick it away to start the second half. As we'll reset our timeouts here. The timeouts always reset when the second half begins. Tung sends it away. Second half begins, and this will go into the end zone for a touchback. So Luers will start from their own 20-yard line. Only a handful of passes today for Tommy Reichert. He's got a couple of completions, but none of his throws have gone for first downs. Not yet. And my cameraman, Jaden Evans, telling me that it's number 12 who's now in at quarterback. That's Knox Johnson, the sophomore. Tommy Reichert's a sophomore, but sounds like Johnson takes his place to start the second half. And I think that's Gaither in the backfield. No, check that. That's Epperson, number 29. Handoff goes to Epperson. Epperson's broken it for some big runs already in this ball game. Looks like he'll get 3, maybe 4 on that carry. Cole Bumgartner in on that tackle for the Snider Panthers, and it will be a 5-yard gain for T.J. Epperson. Well, Epperson has provided a spark to this Luers offense. This will be 2nd and 5. And this time Knox Johnson goes out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off. It's Epperson up the middle, and Epperson keeps the feet moving and gets close to the first down. He does come up short, but only by a yard. Boy, Luers looks like they've found something with Epperson carrying the football. And that's going to turn 2nd and 5 into 3rd and 1 as Knox Johnson gets the play from the sideline. Luers only has 2 first downs in this game, and that's with Epperson carrying the football. Well, you know you can't hand it to him on every play, but you can hand it to him a lot. And we'll see what the Knights do here on 3rd and 1. They'll send a man in motion. That's Javins. It's the up back who gets the carry. That's a first down, and that's Chuck McBride. Chuck McBride, the tight end lined up as a fullback, moves the chains.
McBride for Bishop Luers, first down.
Charlie McBride. I called him Chuck, but the PA announcer calls him Charlie, and that's what our folks have been referring to him a lot. Now, Jeff Mahoney had the opener against Leo, and he called him Charlie. But that's the 3rd first down of this game for Bishop Luers. And they seem to have some momentum, at least to start this second half. Epperson gets the call again, and another good gain on first down. He gets 6. And all of a sudden, Bishop Luers with some momentum.
About 6 brings up 2nd and 4 for the Knights.
T.J. Epperson has been running well ever since he came into the ball game, and it seems like Snider just has no answer for him. They adjust the ball to about the 42.5-yard line. The wind is blowing here at Bishop Luers, but we're inside the press box, and it is toasty warm in here. High snap. Epperson cut down. He got 2 on the play, and it's going to make it 3rd and 2 once again. I think that was Daniel Hernandez, the junior linebacker who made the tackle for Snider. About 2.5 on the play. It will be 3rd and 2. Fifth play run here in this second half for Luers. And at this point, they probably don't mind taking time off the clock. It's still technically a one-score game. I formation for the Knights. A handoff. Broken tackle. It's Gaither with the first down and more. And Gaither takes it out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Brandon Gaither, his biggest run of the night. And Bishop Luers, 6 plays, 2 first downs, 2 third down conversions. Here's a look at the replay. Looks like we've got just enough time to show it to you. It's brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. They had Gaither for a moment, and Gaither gets free. And Bishop Luers keeps the chains moving. That's Gaither's best run of the ball game, and he remains in the backfield. Gaither gets the call, looking for room off that far side, and it's a good gain on first down. Looked like he got to about the 35-yard line.
Forward to the 35-yard line. Good for a gain of 4, brings up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 coming up for Bishop Luers, and we're down to 8:29 and counting. Luers got the opening kickoff, and they've now run 7 plays since the start of the half. Knox Johnson getting the call from the sideline. It's been all run plays for Luers so far. But 2 of those run plays have been third down conversions. They got Charlie McBride lined up wide to the near side. It's the up man, Brandon Migrant. And Migrant does get positive yardage. He got pushed back a little bit. Looks like they're going to call it a gain of 2. And my apologies, his name's not Brandon, it's Braden. Braden Migrant. Migrant, I beg your pardon. Senior running back and linebacker. As right now Luers is subbing guys onto the field. They've got Kelly lined up in the slot to the near side and Woodson lined up wide. It's been all run plays so far. This is the 9th play of this drive for Bishop Luers. 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 4. And it will be Epperson looking for room. Epperson, first down and more. T.J. Epperson, have a night, young man. Third down conversion for the Knights in this half.
First down.
And in a moment, they'll run play number 10 since the opening kickoff. Second half opening kickoff, that is. It's a 5-minute drive, too. What a drive this has been by Bishop Luers, as they've got the Snider defense on their heels. Bobbled snap, it's loose. And did Snider get it? Did Luers get it back? No, they did not. Snider did get it.
Bobbled snap, turned over to the Snider Panthers.
I think that was Bumgartner who fell on it, and for these Bishop Luers Knights, a great-looking drive stalls because of the fumble. That was the 10th play that Luers had run. They had worked the clock down inside 7 minutes, and they turn it over in the end. Take another look at it. That snap went right through his hands, and Johnson didn't even realize it. Not at first. As Snider does come up with it. That looks like Bumgartner with that long hair coming out with the football. Snider's defense was on the field for a long time, over 5 minutes. And now the offense gets to come out there and give the defense a break. Harris rolling to the right, throws on the run, and that's complete. Coming back to make the catch is Breshawn Johnson. It's not a first down, but it is a good gain on first down. Got about 8 on the play. I'm going to check on that to see if I got the pronunciation right. It's either Breshawn or Brayshawn. My pronunciation sheet doesn't say. The way it's spelled, by the way, is B-R-I apostrophe S-H-A-W-N. Looks like the Knights are going to line up Buchanan and Davis to the right of Harris. And it is Buchanan who gets the carry, and he did not get there. He might have gotten a yard. If he did, that's it. They're going to call it no gain. Third down coming up for Snider. Still a one-score game. And Jaron Taylor's been all over the field defensively for Bishop Luers. I'm not sure if he was in on that tackle. Snider's about to break their huddle. Scoreboard shows that it's 3rd and 1. Looks like he got back to the 30-yard line. That's Davis, who's the lone back here on 3rd and 1. Davis has had some good carries. Harris rolls and throws, and it's incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
Looked like he was looking for Preston Hunden. And on 4th and 1, looks like Snider's going to punt. Now it's 4th and 1, but Snider's at their own 30-yard line. They don't want to risk giving Luers great field position. And it looked like Harris had Hunden open to the left side. So to you here on the replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Yeah, he had him. Just threw it a little bit low and out of his reach. As Tongue looked like he was going to fake it for a moment. Instead, he does punt it. And that's going to take a Snider bounce. It's the Snider punt return team trying to will that ball back and make it roll a little bit more. That was number 22, Q Hunter, who was waving, trying to get that ball to keep rolling. That's like if you're putting, you see your ball start rolling towards the hole and you start waving at it. 33-yard line, that's where Luers will start this drive. Second drive of the game. They just had a 10-play drive, and it ended with a fumble. But that 10-play drive kept this Snider defense on its heels. And now after a 3-and-out, the Snider defense has to go right back out there. That's Epperson running right into the teeth of that defense, and he turned a short gain into a good gain. Not necessarily a long gain, but he did get 4 on the play. For a second, it looked like Epperson was stopped. I tell you what, T.J. Epperson runs with a quick motor. Take another look at this. I thought he was stopped for a gain of a yard. Got away from the initial tackle and then got out across the 35-yard line. This will be second down and about 6. Make that 2nd and 5, as it says on the scoreboard here at Bishop Luers High School. Handoff goes to Epperson, and this time he's dragged down. Looked like Cole Bumgartner was the first to get there. Cole Bumgartner, the sophomore linebacker, coming up quick to make the hit, and it's a loss on the play. He dropped him back at the 35. That's going to make it 3rd and 7. Knox Johnson has not yet thrown the ball. He came in to start the second half after Tommy Reichert was at quarterback for the entire first half. We'll see if Johnson is called upon to throw it here. He will be. He throws. It's nearly picked and then caught. And then a broken tackle. Charlie McBride. And the Knights move the chains.
Charlie McBride with the reception and the dance down the sideline for a Bishop Luers first down.
It looked as though Braylon Fertil had the pick, but he couldn't hold on to it, and McBride takes it for a first down. Here's another look at it. Replays is always brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. I think it was just tipped off the hands of Fertil, and then McBride, right place, right time. He takes it for a first down. That's officially the first completion for Knox Johnson in this game. 1st and 10 inside midfield. High snap. It's Epperson looking for room. Nothing there. He got about 2 on the play as Bumgartner makes the tackle. Cole Bumgartner, a good-looking linebacker. Made some plays on several occasions for these Snider Panthers, and he's a sophomore. He's showing a lot of positives for these Panthers. Baumgartner, a backup inside linebacker, and he's getting a lot of minutes here in this second half. 2nd down and 8. Johnson has time. Throws down the sideline. Man is there, and it is incomplete. He had Mikhail Woodson streaking down the sideline, and he overshot him. That was a great go route run by Woodson. Try to give you another look at it as Luers has the ball set. Looks like Johnson's still looking at the plays, but yeah, he ran a great route. It looked like Johnson was put in the wrong place. 3rd and 8. Now Johnson's got the play from the sideline. He's officially 1 for 2 throwing the ball. 3rd and 8. Pressure comes. Johnson flushed. Throws on the run, and that appears to be incomplete. Just threw it away there on 3rd down. It's going to be 4th and 8. The rush was on for the Panthers. Try to get a look at this, see who it was that got the pressure. That might have been Baumgartner again. It was Cole Baumgartner, the inside linebacker, getting pressure on that blitz. It's a promising sophomore linebacker as Jackson Hill gets the punt away. It's a high one. It is fielded. That was a risky move. Fielded at the 14, returned to the 15 by Raines as a helmet comes off, and that looks like a flag down. That's either a flag or a loose mouthpiece. No, that's a flag. That's no mouthpiece.
Flag down on the field. Helmet down on the field. Let's sort this out.
Well, it was a return of 1 yard, maybe 2 yards. The ball's currently sitting on the 16. So if this is on Snider, it's going to back them up inside their own 10, you would think. If it's half the distance to the goal, that would be the case. Somebody here in the booth said you saw him pushing back and forth. It's against Bishop Luers, so looks like this will be added on to the end of the play. That's a break for Snider. So often on those punts you see that it's usually the return team that commits the infraction, but this time it's the punt team, Bishop Luers, who commits it. That's a huge stop for Snider because their defense was on the field for a long time. They have been on the field for a long time here in the 3rd quarter. I think they've been on the field for a grand total of 15 plays. Check that, 16 plays. A lot of 3rd down conversions for Luers, but the most recent resulted in an incompletion. 2:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pistol formation for the Panthers. It's a handoff to Davis. He goes straight up the middle into the teeth of those Knights. It will be a positive gain. Looked like he got 3, maybe 4. Looks like they're going to call it a 3-yard gain up to the 35. Dwenger now leading Wayne 46-0. Sounds like Malik Moore and B.J. Johnson have interceptions for the Northside Legends tonight. B.J. had a couple of good kick returns last week for the Legends against the New Haven Bulldogs. Flag down. Comes in right on the snap, and this is probably going to back the Panthers up. I can see one particular fan signaling that it's against Snider. And indeed it is. It's a false start. I'll make it 2nd and 11. That's not what you want for Snider. Their defense has been on the field a long time here in this 3rd quarter. You don't want to be backed up with penalties when you get the ball back. Second and 11 as it's marked. They'll fake the handoff. Harris broke one tackle, but not the second. Mikhail Woodson finished him off.
Taylor slows him down. Woodson brings him down for a big loss.
And since Harris was running the ball, I don't know that counts as a sack, but it is a big, huge tackle for loss for these Knights. Again, their defense hasn't been on the field all that much. Snider doesn't have a first down here in the second half. Here's a look at the replay. See Jaron Taylor able to get away, and I don't know, Taylor might have had him by the face mask. I'm hearing that there might be a flag down, and looking at that replay, they may have gotten Taylor for a face mask. And if that's the case, that's a break for Snider. Yep, they got a face mask, and the crowd, as you can tell or as you can hear, does not like it. Here's another look at it. When I first looked at this replay, I thought that Taylor may have gotten him on the face mask. Yeah, there it is. He got him. He got him on the face mask. That's a good call.
15-yard walk-off from the original line of
That's a big break for Snider. As I said, it was a good call and looking at the replay, but that's a big break for Snider because their offense hasn't been on the field all that much. Their defense has been on the field a whole lot here in the second half as we're down to 1 minute and 9 seconds. The clock is running. Harris fakes, flips it out, complete. That's Davis. Davis to the outside. Davis with a first down. Out of bounds, close to the 40. And Snider's got their first down of the second half. A little screen pass as the Panthers trying to get the first-year starting quarterback Harris comfortable. And he's getting a little comfortable by rolling outside the pocket. They call him out at the 44, so we're going to cut this replay and come back live as the Panthers are lined up to run their next play. Back to the ground. It's Davis straight up the middle, and he takes a tackler for an extra 2 yards. We'll call it a 6-yard gain. Snider's used to having running backs who can go downhill and take on contact. That's exactly what Jordan Davis just did. You'll get to see it again on this replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Davis just kept the feet moving and pushed that pile forward, or from Luers' perspective, pushed it backwards for an extra 2 yards. 2nd and 4. It's Davis again, and Davis looks like he's got a first down. Tried to get back up. He did get back up, but it looked like he was already tackled by then. Well, this is a big drive for Snider, as the clock is now down to 11 seconds. Clock does stop as they reset the chains, or does it? Oh, he's short. He's short by a yard. Oh, now they're moving the chains. They had it set as 3rd and 1, and I think the guy running the down marker was just waiting for an official signal. It is showing as a first down. And the third quarter clock has just run out. Snider holding on to a 6-0 lead, and we're back for the fourth quarter after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this time.
Well, this second half started with Luers having all the momentum. They not only got to receive the second half kickoff, they ran 10 plays on their ensuing drive. They converted 3 third downs Unfortunately, that drive ended with a fumble. Luers did force a 3-and-out on Snider's next series, but then Snider got a stop on a 6-play drive, and right now Snider's moving the football. They've got it down to the Luers 34. Both Snider and Bishop Luers looking for their first conference win of the season. First overall win of the season. This is the SAC opener for both teams, and they're both 0-2 overall as a flag comes flying in. This will back up the Panthers, it looks like. False start is the signal. We most recently heard it was a 46-0 lead for Bishop Dwenger over Wayne. That game, no doubt, would be in a running clock right now. Looks like Northside still got a 3-point lead over Northrop, as we've got 1st and 15 for Snider here. And another whistle. Another handoff to Davis, but it's going to be stopped before it even starts, and it looks as though it's a false start. So that's going to turn into 1st and 20. Well, Snider just got a first down on the last play of the third quarter, and now they're going backwards. I have to correct myself. It looks like Northrop has taken the lead. Yep, Jerquaden Guilford with a 4-yard touchdown catch to give Northrop the lead. It's 13-10. Looks like they missed the extra point, though. East Noble with a 27-0 lead over Huntington North. And I believe it's 2 weeks from now, East Noble has a big home game against the Leo Lions. I believe Leo's in Norwell tonight. It's Harris looking to throw. Dumps it off out in the flat. That's complete, but a short gain. May have gotten about 4. And got to take that flag signal off the scoreboard. My apologies there, folks. It was a very short gain, though. Looked like he got about 3. Jackson Hill with the tackle, and now Charlie McBride comes into the game. Looks like he's given Jaron Taylor a breather. Well, Jaron Taylor has played a great game today.
2nd and 16.
I beg your pardon, Nick Hawley coming off the field. I'm told that Taylor's still in. Nick Hawley's number 56. Up the middle they go, and nowhere to go for Snider. A whole host of Knights in on the tackle, including Ale Taylor and Christian Brell. Ball's going to be spotted all the way back at the, whoa, wait a second, they're moving this one up all the way to the 41. They're just short of the 40. That would have to be because of stoppage of forward progress. Let's take a look at this replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. It's hard to believe that Davis got back that far. And no, he did get pushed back, but he didn't get up to the 40-yard line. His forward progress was definitely stopped, but it was stopped further back than where it is now as some more laundry gets dropped onto the field. And it looks like this is against Snider again. False start. It is on Snider. That's going to make it 3rd down and 21 from the 45-yard line. And I believe the longest pass of the day that Jaywin Harris has thrown was a 16-yard completion to Owen Dotson. He needs more than 16 yards here on this 3rd down. Of course, Snider can still get into field goal range even if they don't get a first down. Harris looks to throw. Flushed. Now he's going to take off. Breaks one tackle, but not the second, and the ball comes out. The Knights have got it, and it's loose again. Did Snider get that back, or did Luers get it? If Snider got it back, it's a whole new set of downs. I'm told that Kenyon Conklin got the recovery. And Luers actually did have possession of the ball before it got stripped out. So this is going to be a whole new set of downs for Snider. That's Well, it is a break, but it's a credit to Kenyon Conklin for staying with the play. Here's another look at it. Yeah, that's Charlie McBride who jars the ball loose. And honestly, I'm not sure that Harris wasn't down. Again, credit to Conklin for staying with that play. Now, we can show you the replays, but the officials cannot go. The officials cannot go to replay and take a look at this. And now we're going to get an officials timeout. Well, what the officials can do is they can discuss what happened on the last play. I don't know if that's what they're doing here. Really, there is no discussion going on right now between any of the officials. But as it's ruled, because Luers got possession of the ball and then fumbled, Snider gets a new set of downs, and they get that set of downs from their own 40-yard line. Davis, nowhere to go. Looked like Charlie McBride was in on the tackle as a flag comes in at the end of the play. That was Sawyer Tippmann who lost his helmet. So Sawyer's going to have to go to the sideline on this next play as the officials sort out the penalty. We're going to get the signal here in just a second. It is a personal foul against Bishop Luers. Might be able to show you the back end of this play. It's a 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. Well, everything looks okay there. I don't know. I don't see anything that looks like unsportsmanlike. And McBride does get up. He gets up, but looked like he walked away. So unless he said something to Davis briefly after the tackle, I'm not really sure what the personal foul was, which if he said something to Davis, that would be unsportsmanlike conduct, not a personal foul. Snider gets an extra set of downs again as Davis gets the carry, and he takes it for 2 yards. Taylor in on that tackle again, and more flags fly in. Do we have more extracurriculars?
And we've got more flags down on the field.
Well, this is not the way we want this game to go, not this late in the game, where flags come flying in. There's always going to be high emotions, especially when you get two very successful programs. This one's against the Panthers. It is a personal foul. Looked like it was at the end of the play. Here's another look at it. Can we see what happened on this replay? It's brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Yeah, got to be over there at the end of the play. Looked like Owen Dodson maybe extended an arm out against one of the Luers defenders, so I think that's what got the foul. So, well, the big downside for Snider here is they're backed up way back to the 42-yard line, and this is going to be 2nd down and 23.
Second down 23.
Trying to get you an update on Homestead versus Southside. That game's going on not too far away from here. It's 14-3 in favor of Homestead, so the Archers are on the board. Andre Goodwill trying to get that program turned in the right direction. Harris fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and throws complete, but a good open field tackle by the Knights again, and that was Christian Brell as he brings down Owen Dotson. Luers defense makes another big play. 9:06 and counting left to go. If Luers gets a stop here, they've got a good chance. Here's another look at that replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Christian Brell with a great open field tackle as they tried to set up the check down to Dodson, and Brell was all over it. 6-0 Snider. That's been the score since, I believe, early in the second quarter. It's Davis bouncing it outside. Good gain, but not near enough to the line to gain. In fact, he comes up a good 13, maybe 14 yards short of it. Going to mark it at the 48, and the Snider punt team will come out. Mong Tung will punt it away. That's Mikhail Woodson going back to return it. Mong Tung has all the points in this game for Snider. He is 2 for 4 on field goals, but punting this time, that was a low snap, very low. Woodson will field it. Flag is down, and Woodson takes it up near the 15-yard line, but we'll check on the penalty. Probably going to be either a hold or a block in the back, perhaps a blindside block, and if that's the case, Luers is going to be backed up, you would think, inside their own 10-yard line. We need to get the official signal from the referee. Looks like he's just about to give it to us. Illegal block in the back against Bishop Luers, so that will back up the Knights again inside their own 10, and they're going to put the ball at the 5-yard line. Here's another look at it. See if we can see the block in the back. Yeah, there it was. It was on Brell for the push in the back. So the Knights starting deep in their own territory. They can take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. Depending on how much time elapses on this drive, they could end up going for a field goal, but this late in the game might not be thinking that. That's Epperson with a good run, and Epperson out to about the 15-yard line. And now we've got whistles, it looks like. Looks like there is a flag down. The chains are moving. So it doesn't look like, if there is a penalty, it doesn't look like it's on Luers. Or perhaps the crowd maybe thought there should have been a foul against Snider, but none was called. That's going to be 1st and 10 for Bishop Luers. A drive that starts at their own 4-yard line. I believe Knox Johnson is still the quarterback, and he is, and that's Epperson looking for room off that left side, and there's not much there. And it'll be a 2nd down. Clock shows 6:53. Second down and about 8, it looks like. Knox Johnson has been the quarterback since the second half started. Tommy Reichert started the game at quarterback, but it's Johnson's job here in the 3rd and the 4th. I should say it's Johnson's job in the second half. Handoff, Epperson trying to work his way through tacklers, and the Snider defense with a good push. Looked like he got a couple of yards on the play before Snider pushed him backwards. So we check in on some of our other games going on around the area. Carroll was all over Concordia when we last checked in on that one. At one point it was 42-0. And it looks like it's now 52-7 with that game in the 4th quarter. Knox Johnson comes out on the field. This is 3rd and about 3. Handoff. That's Epperson, and it looks like he did not get there. Maybe got a yard. That's about it. Got a yard. This will be 4th down. Now there's 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Luers has all 3 of their timeouts. And deep in their own territory, you would think they would punt. But they might be going for it by the looks of things. And it looks like they are. This is 4th and 1. So this is Luers trying to move the chains, it looks like, on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. That's Johnson to throw. Going down the sideline. Man is there. Incomplete. Nate Javins, the intended receiver, and it went right through his hands. He was there. That play was there to be had, Here's another look at it on the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Javins right there. Oh, he had it in his bread basket. That was an on-target throw by Johnson, and it falls incomplete through the hands of Javins, and Snider takes over. Well, was it a risky call? It definitely was, but it almost worked to perfection. And Snider's going to get the ball back at the Luers 25. Make that the 24. Each team still has 3 timeouts. But a field goal here could be a killer as Davis gets the handoff and spills forward. Looked like he got maybe 8 yards on the play. Make that 7. Going to be 2nd and 3. Amarion Turner Dunbar comes onto the field for Bishop Luers. He wears number 52, 5'8", 320 pounds. It's a big dude coming out there for the Knights, and they need a stop. Clock is still running. Luers does have all 3 of their timeouts. As Harris operates from the pistol. He'll hand to Davis again. Davis running off the right side, close to the first down, and judging by that spot, it looks like he's got it. And it will be a first down. He got to the 13, needed to get to the 14. Clock stops while they reset the chains. Snider doesn't mind working the clock a little bit here. As the clock now does start, it's inside 4 minutes. The Panthers have broken the huddle. 1st and 10 from the Luers 13. And you would think Snider's probably going to plan to keep on running the football as the handoff goes to Davis off that right side, and he's dragged down from behind. Was that Taylor? Migrant in on the tackle along with Hawley, and we might have another flag. We had whistles there. Check that, no flag on the play. It's worth mentioning you can watch the St. Francis Cougars as they take on Cornerstone tomorrow. Cameraman Jaden Evans plays for the St. Francis Cougars. And I think that's I'm not sure if that's an afternoon start or an evening start, as we get a whistle. 1 o'clock, I believe, is the start time, according to Jaden Evans. Timeout called by Snider. Yeah, it was Snider who called the timeout. 2:57 left, so it sounds as though, at least hearing what Brett Rump just said here in the booth, it sounds like the play clock was winding down, and Snider didn't want to give up the delay of game, so Kurt Tippmann calls a timeout. It's going to be 2nd and 8 coming out of that timeout. Well, we'll be right back after this 40-second break on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
A 6-0 lead for the Snider Panthers over the Knights of Bishop Luers. It's 2nd down and 8. Luers still has all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but Snider's very much in field goal range. It's a handoff to Davis, and he spills forward for a short gain, and we'll see if Luers takes one of their timeouts. Whistles are blowing. And Luers has taken their first timeout. They've got 2 more left, and with 2:48 to go,
at Toledo, playing host to the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers tomorrow night.
As the reason why you take that timeout is to preserve some extra time in case Mong Tung should miss a field goal here in a few plays. Mong Tung is 2 for 4 in the game. He's had 1 field goal blocked, and on 1 field goal, there was a bad snap that ended the entire play. So it's not a gimme. Mong Tung has made some big field goals in his career, including a game-winning kick against Mishawaka 2 years ago in regionals to send the Panthers to semi-state. But right now, Bishop Luers is trying to keep the Panthers not only out of the end zone, but keep them from getting another field goal on the board. This is 3rd and 7. Again, Luers still has 2 timeouts. Snider could throw the ball here. The problem is if it goes incomplete, that leaves some extra time on the clock. So it will be a run play for Davis, and Davis takes it ahead, and it's going to be 4th down. And Luers looks like they've just taken their 2nd timeout, and they have. Looks like a gain of a yard on that last play. 2:42 to go. So Mong Tung will likely be called upon to kick this next field goal. Looks like it'll be a 26-yard field goal attempt for Tung. And again, he's 2 for 4 in the ball game. There are no gimmies when it comes to kicking field goals, but Tung has made some big kicks in his high school career. I mentioned the game-winning field goal at Mishawaka 2 years ago. And again, he's made 2 today, but one of them has been blocked, and another one had a bad snap that ultimately cost Tung a chance to kick the field goal. That was at the end of the first half. Here at the end of the second half, he's trying to help add to Snider's lead and make this a 2-score game. Looks like East Noble now leads Huntington North 33-0 as Tung comes back out there. It looks like it will be a 26-yard attempt. This to make it a 2-score game. High snap, kick on its way, and it is good. Mong Tung, his 3rd field goal of the game, and Snider leads it by 2 scores. And I think I assigned the wrong timeout there. Snider actually has 2 timeouts. Bishop Luers has 1. They took their timeout moments ago. Just 1 timeout. So now Luers needs a field goal and a touchdown, and they don't have a lot of time to get it. 2:42 to go and just 1 timeout remaining for Bishop Luers. No surprise that they went with the timeout there. Again, in case Tung misses the field goal, you get the ball back and you get a chance to take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. Here's another look at it, though. Tung 3 for 5 in the game. And again, he's got all the points for Snider. Nine to nothing in Snider's favor. Conference opener rather, for the SAC. Season opener was 2 weeks ago. Snider lost in a dogfight to Warsaw 2 weeks ago, and then they got blown out by East Noble, and East Noble's doing some of that to Huntington North right now. They're up 33-0 and driving to add to their lead. Northside now leads Northrop 16-13. That's a dogfight over there at Spooler. And this kickoff will go over the head of Rory Kelly and in for a touchback. No time comes off the clock, so in a way that helps Bishop Luers. Luers nearly had a 4th down conversion on their last drive, but the pass went off the hands of Mikhail Woodson and fell incomplete. 2:42 left to go here at Bishop Luers High School as the Knights are down 9-0. They were shut out last week by Andrean, lost 14-7 to the Leo Lions. And again, the Lions are over in Norwell. Well, I mentioned earlier, Northside's got a 16-13 lead over Northrop. That game's still in the 3rd quarter. There's still a lot of football to be played over there at Spooler. And right now for Luers, they're looking to come back from 2 scores down with very little time to do it. 2:42 left to go in this game. Knox Johnson has been the quarterback for the entire second half. Tommy Reichert was the starter. And Johnson will look to throw here. Goes to the sideline. That's complete. It's Kelly. Kelly's got the first down and trying to get out of bounds. Clock does stop as they reset the chains. He did get the first down, so they will move the chains. Clock right now is stopped at 2:37. Up to the 36-yard line, and Johnson back out there as the clock is running again. We're not quite inside 2 minutes yet. Luers needs 2 scores. Johnson has a man open on the far side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Carswell, Darion Carswell, and threw it just beyond his reach. That's going to bring up second down. Clock stops, which is good news for Bishop Luers. Now, if they get into field goal range with time remaining, it'd be interesting to see how they play that. They've only got 1 timeout. And if they're looking to kick onside after a made field goal and leave some extra time to get the touchdown, then they may get into field goal range and then kick the field goal immediately. We'll see how they play that. They're not in field goal range right now. 4-man rush. Johnson down the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Q Hunter, the sophomore, had it in his breadbasket. That's a break for Luers. And they'll get a 3rd and 10 coming up here. We'll get another look at this replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Johnson showing off some arm strength on this last play, but put it a little bit too long. And Hunter almost ended the game. As it is, Luers gets at least one more play. 3rd and 10. This is definitely 4-down territory. Johnson takes a shot again. He's got Kelly, but he overthrows him. Kelly had the Snider defense beat. But the pass a little bit too long, and it's 4th down. And obviously this is 4-down territory. The Knights went for it on 4th and 1 on their last drive, and now here they are on 4th and 10. This has got to have it time if you're the Knights. Only 1 timeout, 2:11 left to go, and they need 2 scores. Johnson against a 4-man rush. He's got room if he wants it. He takes it. I don't think so. I don't think he got it. He's out about 3 yards shy of the line to gain, and Snider's going to take over on downs. Well, Johnson had room, but he needed 10 yards, and on a play like that, I think Snider, they're okay with giving up the quarterback run play as long as he doesn't move the chains. Here's another look at it on the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Johnson had room, but closing in at the nick of time was Braylon Fertil, the linebacker coming up to make the play. He does not make the tackle. He just forces Johnson to the sideline. And that's all he needed to do. 2:05 left to go as some of the fans start making their way towards the exits. Snider probably not going to take a knee just yet. So there's still over 2:05 left, and Luers still has a timeout. So it is a question of how does Snider play this situation. It's pistol formation for the Panthers. It's Davis who gets the handoff, and he's dropped. Braden Migran in on the tackle along with Danny Arnold. And now does Luers take the timeout? They do. So Luers is out of timeouts. And now with 2 minutes to go, we'll see how Snider plays this. There's exactly 2 minutes left. Snider could technically take 2 knees. If they did that, they would ultimately end up taking probably just shy of 40 seconds off the clock. Should be just shy of 1 minute and 20 seconds off the clock, which would mean that they would have to punt the ball away. But in a case like that, they'd be punting it to Snider, or punting it to Luers, rather, with no timeouts in a 2-score game. Looks like Northside just took over against Northrop. 16-13 the score over there at Spooler Stadium. Northside takes on Concordia next week. That'll be a home game for the Legends, their third home game of the year. And their conference home opener as Davis gets the call, takes it for a short gain up to about the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up third down. So Snider chooses to run the ball there and take a little bit of extra time off the clock as opposed to taking a knee. And you would think that Snider would probably take the clock down to maybe a minute and 13 seconds before they snap this ball. Play clock right now is at 16 seconds. Snider technically can take a timeout here. They probably wouldn't do so until the clock gets down to 1 second. Play clock's down to 1 second right now, and I think Snider may have just taken a timeout. They did, and they've got one remaining. Well, what's coming up next for these two schools? Bishop Luers goes on the road to play Southside next Friday. Southside defeated Bishop Luers last season. That was Luers en route to a state championship appearance, and Snider will go home to take on the Wayne Generals. Wayne Generals play not too far from here at Bishop Luers High School, and they're up against the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And last time I checked, the Saints were up big, and that's big news for the Saints because they finished the regular season 4-5. They're not used to that. They're used to competing for championships. If they're able to finish that one with a win, which it looks like they were on their way to, they'd be 2-1, especially after last week's big win over St. Francis de Sales, one of the Ohio schools. Occasionally we get those Indiana versus Ohio matchups. We get them in baseball, we get them in basketball, and occasionally we get them in football. Of course, every year in April we get the Nancy Ream Border Wars Classic, which pits some of the best basketball players from Northeast Indiana against the best basketball players from Northwest Ohio. This is 3rd down and 10, and you would think that Snider would run the football here. They will. It's Davis looking for some room, and he's not going to get much. He's dropped in the backfield. That will allow the clock to tick down under a minute. And Snider technically will not have to snap the ball until there's about 26, 27 seconds on the game clock, give or take. And Snider does have a timeout left, so they may end up taking one when the play clock gets down to about 1 second. Snider was state champions 2 years ago. I believe Bishop Luers has 2 state championship appearances since 2020 as the play clock goes down to 1. And Snider looks like they've taken the timeout, and they have. So Snider choosing to take the timeout with 26 seconds left. So Luers is going to get the ball back, but with very little time on the clock. You would think probably somewhere around 20 seconds when they get the ball back. We've seen that Knox Johnson can throw the ball downfield. Now, I'm not sure why the change was made at quarterback, but we have seen, like I said, that Knox Johnson can throw the ball down the field. He's shown it tonight, but some of those downfield passes have not been off target. One of them that was hit Mikhail Woodson right in the hands, but Mikhail could not make the catch. We have an official update that Dwenger has beaten Wayne 46-0 over at Wayne Stadium. Meanwhile, Northside has the football and has the lead over at Spooler Stadium. They got a dogfight from New Haven, no pun intended, just a week ago. The punter does not appear to be on the field. Nope, Snider's going to run another play. They're going to keep the offense on the field here on 4th and 12. It's going to allow a little bit of time to tick off the clock, and that ball slips through the hands of Harris, and he's going to fall on it back at the 43-yard line in Snider territory. That's an interesting decision. Yes, it's a two-score game. And yes, Luers is out of timeouts. But I would think that in a situation like that, you'd at least want to change the field position. Of course, Kurt Tippmann, the Snider head coach, he's been coaching football for a long time. I believe he's in his 17th year as head coach. Two-time state champion, by the way. And he's a Snider grad. Kyle Lindsey's a Luers grad. Both these coaches having played for the school that they now coach at. Lindsey has said before he wouldn't want to be anywhere else but at Luers. But right now he's hoping that these Knights can bounce back from this on the road against Southside. Luers will still get a couple of cracks at it with the football here, but only about 21 seconds left. Make that 24. There's the snap. Johnson rolling to his right. Flag is down. Johnson floats it way out of bounds. A flag was thrown in the backfield. And we'll check on the penalty. Flag was thrown at about the spot where Johnson, or one of the spots where Johnson was as he was rolling outside the pocket. Holding is the call against Luers. And we also have a hold against Snider. It'll be offsetting penalties, so they'll replay first down. 17 seconds left in the game. Last checked, Huntington North was driving, looking to add, East Noble was driving, looking to add to their lead against Huntington North. Check in on that game here in just a second. Looks like it's still 33-0 in favor of East Noble over there at Kendallville. That's a tough place to play. It'll be 2 weeks before East Noble plays host to the Leo Lions. Leo's got Norwell tonight. Have not seen a score on that game. Here's Johnson to throw. Sets up the screen. That's Charlie McBride down the sideline. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does. It will be enough for the first down. Gets to about the 30-yard line. 12 seconds left, so you'd think this next play would have to be a shot to the end zone. If Luers gets a touchdown, they can kick onside and perhaps set up for a field goal or probably a Hail Mary pass, you would think. They technically could go for a field goal right now, but they keep the offense on the field. Johnson hanging in there, throws out in the flat, and that's complete. That's McBride. He's got the first down. Luers is out of timeouts. Did the ball come out? He literally dove right at his knee. I watched it happen. I'm hearing it said that somebody dove right at McBride's knee. Right now, there's still 1 second on the clock, and McBride is down. With 1 second left, McBride is down. So this game's not quite over, but that is not the way you want to see a game end. And I have to put that word end in air quotes. It's not over yet. Here's another look at it. The replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Oh, yeah, that's a shot right to the knee. I think that was Raines, Wade Raines Jr., who took the shot. And I tell you what, I mean, you give credit to, you want to give credit to a kid for trying to finish the tackle, but that was a low shot to the tight end. And we certainly don't want to see anybody get hurt, but it looks like that's what happened to McBride. We're going to take an injury timeout.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, Snider did just run their last play. It was a quarterback kneel down. But right now the big concern is the health of Charlie McBride. He is being helped off the field. He's trying to put some weight on his right foot, but putting very little on it. He's got trainers, perhaps coaches, helping him off the field right now. Well, we'll just pray that Charlie McBride ends up being okay. I'd imagine he's going to miss some time, maybe a week, maybe a few days of practice. Maybe he'll be able to play again this coming Friday, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with Charlie McBride. Lord willing, this is not a long-term injury. Our thoughts and prayers with Charlie as he took that low hit toward the end of the ball game. As it goes, it's a win for the Snider Panthers. They knock off the Bishop Luers Knights 9-0. Snider gets their first win of the season. They go to 1-2, and they go back home to Spooler Stadium to take on the Wayne Generals next Friday night. Bishop Luers falls to 0-3. They will travel to Southside to take on the Southside Archers. Just about a 5-minute drive up to Clinton Street to take on the Archers at Jack Weicker Stadium a week from tonight. It is time to recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game, and I think in a game like tonight, you got to give it to number one, Mong Tung. He got all 6 of the Snider points and the Snider defense. A whole bunch of guys came up and made big plays for the Snider defense, so Mong Tung and the Snider defense share the honor of Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. A 9-0 win for the Snider Panthers over the Bishop Luers Knights. Again, our thoughts and prayers with Charlie McBride as he took that low hit at the end of the ball game. Certainly hope he's able to be okay, and if he has to miss any time, Lord willing, it won't be too long. We'll see what happens. But Snider is a winner 9-0 here at Bishop Luers over the Knights, and that's going to do it for this broadcast on SummitCitySports.com. For my cameraman, Jaden Evans, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Luers High School. You've been watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com. Again, Snider wins it 9-0 over Bishop Luers. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.